So one of the complaints about my cover title page is that Kautilya here looks like what the West portrays him, this Machiavellian demon. But then that's the only picture I got, so we shall bear with it. I didn't have time to draw it. Uh, so, as we all know, India and Russia are allies, much to the chagrin of the West, which continues to portray India as anti the West. Despite the pressure tactics applied by Western nations, and there are many tactics, not just diplomatic ones, but even covert tactics as well, India has refused to condemn Russia and at the same time continues to send humanitarian aid and other aid to Ukraine. India looks forward to a diplomatic conclusion to the war between Russia and Ukraine while maintaining a relationship with both Russia and Ukraine. No matter what the world likes to say, the fact is that India does maintain a non aligned strategy. So you notice here there are fingers pointing across the world, from across the world to India, the oil nations, the Western world, the United Nations itself. So India has a policy. India maintains an India first and humanity based relationship while while looking at foreign policy. We also see how Kautilya's concepts have helped in India's non-aligned stance between the two countries. This slide, I'm going to, I just put it up early enough so that you can read it, and there is much more in the paper about it. One of my fellow panelists did mention one of the concepts, but in order to understand where India lies with Ukraine and Russia, it is essential that we know what the different concepts that are put forth by Kautilya in his treatise, as we would like to call him, a professor who was an author, just like many of you in this audience. And his concepts were put in this treatise, which we see in Groveland right now here. One of them being the Shadgunya theory, and it is based on assessing how competing states look at one another while looking at the prakritis or the gunas of each of these countries. Looking at this one can choose from 6 states of peace and war on a Shadgunya scale. So you can either choose war. What he says is 2 countries can either be at war or peace, or they can be neutral. You can be neutral with a country, or you can employ duplicity, which is called Dvaidi Bhava, or you can be openly hostile. Or if none of this works, just give up, seek shelter, right? Kautilya is very, very clear. He does believe that peace is the most important way to be. One should have peace. Peace first at all costs, because war is expensive. War is expensive not just financially, it is expensive to human life. And it just carries down through generations, one war. So it is important that we continuously be at peace if possible. The terminology used is sandhi, being peace, vigraha, where the Vijigishu, that is the ruler, in the purposes of this paper, that's the Vijigishu is India. The sandhi is when the Vijigishu is weaker than the enemy. When you're looking at all the economic might and military factors. Or then you can be in Vigraha, where the Vijigishu is extremely superior. Or you can be at Asana, where both the adversarial nations are at similar states of power. It is better to be in neutral at that point. There is no need to attack. You need to keep an eye on what is happening around. Or you can be in Jnana, where you're improving one's own health, and a nation keeps on looking at the other at that point. So that is here. Or you can keep maintaining peace and friendship. There is samshaya, where both the nations are at a similar level in financially and in all other ways, power, status, and they're continuing to grow in similar ways. Or Dvaidini Bhava, India, China, India, Pakistan, both. Dvaidhi Bhava is when you are managing the constant distress between adversaries. So now, let's look at an example here of Bharat, India, where you have Pakistan and China, where I said, but both of them, you are in a Dvaidhi Bhava situation. The enemy, Pakistan can harm in some ways, but not so much, because it tries a lot. So you can never trust. China, that they can grow stronger, and you have to wait in the neutrality there. Your Sandhi is Russia. So we come back now here to start looking at why we have to be an ally with Russia, why India has to be an ally of Russia. So they are allies at Sandhi. It is essential that India maintains Russia as an ally. I don't know, it's okay. So this is a mandala theory, and I'm just going to go fast through this. Ari is enemy, Parishnigraha is also enemy, but at the other side, and Mitra is ally. Ari Mitra is a friend of the enemy. So just imagine you're in middle school, okay? And you have a friend, and that friend has a friend. You don't like that friend of the friend, okay? But you still have to be cool with that friend of a friend, because otherwise your friend is going to feel upset. And now there is this other person there who you just don't like at all. And your friend also doesn't like that person, but then your friend's friend, they are mitras. So there, you've got to have this very careful thought process going on. It's pretty much the same in politics too. This is just a map of the entire world, and how I see India with everyone there. More about it in the paper. This is just Ukraine, Russia, China, Pakistan. India is in the center. China and Pakistan being the Ari, China being the Parishnigraha, while Russia being the Arimitra could become the Arimitra, is the Arimitra with China. But Russia is also a country that has been on the side of India when it comes to Pakistan. So we, again, need to be careful there. Now to see whether India is really pro-Russia and anti-Ukraine. So, a little history. Immediately after the breakup of the Soviet Union, the government of India recognized the Republic of Ukraine as a sovereign, independent country. This was in 1991, and the embassy was created there, and in both the countries, and they've been having nice, warm relation, cozy, friendly. And then they have, 20 years of diplomatic relations was also done. They have improved a lot, increased trade, economic, scientific, technological, and cultural cooperation. a broad spectrum of bilateral issues, and and you constantly see the diplomats from both countries going and trying to work this out. I'm not going to go into this a lot because there is something more recent that needs to be discussed. So political relations, and it's continuing. We are the largest pharmaceutical supplier to Ukraine. Cultural ties are on the upswing. We have learned to understand each other's cultures, and there are many more students, Indian students in Ukraine. Sorry for the capitalization there. And we are the largest. India is where Ukraine exports its largest amount of 3 minutes. Okay, so Russia has not always been friendly, but this change lasted for a very short time when Russia broke down, and then. But it did mention that Kashmir is an integral part of India, hence we need to go on. But now we look at whether Indo-Russian relationships can deepen further. We see that it can't really deepen. This is the old. This is not the updated slides. Anyway, the Russia standing in the world has changed. India's growing friendship with the United States of America is a difference. Russia's friendship with China has become a sticking point here also. So, but yet India has to maintain Russia as an ally. Since March, there has been a lot of things going on between India and Russia. Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine was pretty upset because India did not condemn Russia and was buying oil from Russia. So there was a tempering down, but again, they reopened this friendship. Now it is important to see here, since March, again, all of you probably know what happened in March and June, so I will not discuss that because we needed to discuss yesterday. So India is a mitra of Russia. It is a mitra of Ukraine as well. It is a mitra of the world. India is Ari Mitra of Russia and of Ukraine because it's a mitra of each other. So now India also is a country that stands for world peace. Then India needs Russia and Ukraine on its side against Bangladesh and many other covert operations. So in June, Prime Minister Modi went to meet Putin and hugged him and said that this was great. But Biden still felt that, India is still a strategic partner. Then, last week Modi went to Ukraine, and again, there's a larger hug there. What Modi says is that we are going to sell drones, military-grade drones. What does this mean? Are we breaking ties with Russia here now? Or is there something going to happen there? But no, Russia did not seem to mind it. Russia did not mind to. This is this last.